Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This is Andrew Alvarez, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus package. We're also going to talk about Joe Biden and his president candidate. But before we get into all of that, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that share button, sign up for notifications. Let me know that you like what I'm talking about. Let me know that you don't like what I talk about. Just give me some feedback. Let me know that you're out there. My name is Andrew Alvarez, and I'm the Latino conservative. Did y'all forget about these guys? I've still got these mugs out here. They're the best coffee mugs in the world. Make some great tea mugs as well. I'll put the link to those in the description down below. I've also got hats on that site. I've also got this shirt. It's a really cool shirt. The ball shirt's got Andrew Alvarez for Congress 22 on the back. So let's go ahead and get into it. Last week, Donald Trump made an executive order about the coronavirus package, which is going to allow for an extra $400 per week. It's not quite the $600, but $400 extra benefits per week on top of your unemployment benefits. It's also going to allow for a deferment of your payroll taxes. That's the key point right there, I think. That's going to motivate a lot of people to get back to work and open up this economy back up. That's going to be key to getting our economy boosted back up. It's going to be having people work. And quite honestly, I don't think it was fair. I call her my sister from another Mr. Annette. She was working her ass off, pardon the French, all day, every day, the entire pandemic. She's a frontline worker. She's a nurse. She didn't get paid anything extra. Now she's got that chance to recoup some of that money that other people were getting for not working, for staying at home. You know, myself included. I got some of that too. But now our essential workers are out there getting a little extra money that they need, that they deserve. They're putting their lives on the lines just like anybody else going out to work. Teachers, my goodness, if teachers are going to be out there teaching, if schools are going to be opening, give them that. They're underpaid as it is. But either way, so Donald Trump passed this, he made this executive order. One's an executive order, one's a memo, different things. I'm not so sure on the specs on that, but I'll find out. But he did that Saturday. Now, I think, to me, that was just a big FU to Congress. Because Nancy Pelosi had been stalling, and the rest of the Democrats had been trying to get what they wanted in the coronavirus package that they had out there. I went to go look at the bill that they're proposing. One thing that they had in there, they had one word in there over 250 times. Well, I should say one word, which is like a variation of the word, but vote, voter, voting, variations of that were in the coronavirus stimulus package over 250 times. Now, why? I get it. They want mail-in ballots, and I see a little validity to that. But if they want to fight for that, more power to them. That's a separate issue. That has nothing to do with you and me getting an extra $400 a week or getting your extra tax money off of that you're not getting that taken off of your check. That has nothing to do with that. Voting does not pertain to that. So why are they holding up this bill for voting, for stuff that they want? And by the way, I saw an article. The IRS has to make public a record of people who leave the country, who basically go to another country, maintain citizenship over there. There's been over 6,000 people that have done that recently. Now, my question is, with that mail-in voting, are they going to try to get those 6,000 votes? See kind of where I'm going with this? Right now, senior citizens, 65 years or older, you have disabled people, but you also have like people in the military that can do mail-in voting. You can do absentee voting. There is a little bit of a gray area there, I will admit. So if somebody gets coronavirus, you test positive the week of elections, a few days before elections, what are they supposed to do? I believe they still have the same exact right everybody else does to vote. That's also past the threshold for the absentee vote. So how do we make sure that they can still vote? Now, I think if you're going to put something voting-wise in that package, maybe just extend the voting just a little bit. Not delay it, but extend it. And what I say by that, there's a lot of stores that were setting special times, special dates special times of the day for people to go in. Elderly people, people with high risks, people with underlying conditions like myself. I'm diabetic. If I get coronavirus, yeah, you get the point. But I think maybe there should be an extension of the time. Maybe instead of making it 1 day, 3 or 4 days. Plus, you've got all of these people that are still working, all of these frontline workers that they work weeks at a time without having any time off. Just give them the opportunity. Maybe expand the voting a little bit. Not just everybody has the opportunity to mail in vote, because you get too many options for voter fraud, IDs. You've got too many opportunities for that. But either way, when Donald Trump passed this bill, he's basically saying, yeah, and what? Because if any of the Democrats were to start opposing this bill, now all of a sudden they're opposing yours and my money. They're opposing the workers' money. Now, I waited for a little bit to see what all went on with this. I wanted to see if anybody filed any lawsuits, which I'm surprised I didn't see any. I didn't see any lawsuits filed on this. But what I did see, and again, it kind of makes sense. You have a really, really left-sided publication nowadays, and I'm not going to give the name because they're a local organization, but I saw them posting publications about landlords. They're having issues with collecting rent because they can't evict now. The evictions have been put on hold again. Okay, so yeah, fine. I knew that was going to happen though, because one of the executive orders that Trump gave was to hold off the evictions again. That really and truly is only for those that are federally backed. Those are the only ones he can control, those mortgages. That's, stuff that's bought by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they buy thousands and thousands and thousands of loans from lenders, and they back them. If you have a lender that doesn't use Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae, I think there should be a way for you to be able to switch that mortgage over to somebody that is backed by Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae. And I may be wrong on the terminology on this. I'm not a real estate expert, and I don't pretend to be. This is where I'm ignorant on this. I don't know how this works. I want to learn about this. I do, because I do want to be able to stand for people when they have these kind of issues. Because I think there does need to be some protection. If these people lost their jobs because of no fault of their own, why not protect them? We're giving all of these orders. I say we, but the government's giving all of these orders to shutting down the economy by closing bars, closing this, that, or the other. People are going to lose their jobs over that. They're going to be furloughed. They're going to be unemployed. That now $600 extra a week, which is about $2,400 a month, that's gone away. So how are they going to live off of that? I know $2,400 a month is a big chunk. If you don't think that is, then I need your job. If the Democrats were to oppose this, I think they would be digging their own grave. So that's just my thought on that. Now, as far as Joe Biden goes, man. So listen to this clip real quick from Joe Biden.
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts.
The president has a big stick. We choose truth over facts.
Check my shape on it. Let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do.
One man stands ready to deliver change we desperately need. A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the United States of America, Barack Obama. We can speak out and be more straightforward.
I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
Hillary Clinton is as qualified or more qualified than I am to be Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get that straight. And quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me, but she's first rate.
I know I'm called middle class, Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. It means I'm not sophisticated. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. You're a damn liar, man. That's not true. I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape on it, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do.
To the word united. To the number 30330. 30330. Or 303-330. B-O-O. Wait. But you got it.
That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of I think it's $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air. Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much. And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years. Now is the time to heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. End of quote. I promise you, the president has a big stick. I promise you.
Joe, you want to administer the oath?
Am I doing this again? My memory is not as good as Justice Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts. I was a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
Chuck Graham, state senator's here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal. Thank you very, very much. His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive as your dad passed. God bless her soul. I agree that everybody, once they, in fact, anyway, my time's up. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Vice President.
Yeah, that's the guy that is the presumptive. I don't know if he's even the official nominee yet for the Democratic National Party, but he's going to be. I don't think there's going to be anyone else come up real quick on the Democratic side that we don't know about already. Bernie Sanders dropped out. Yang dropped out. Buttigieg dropped out. Beto dropped out. Kamala Harris dropped out. Oh, who did I say? Kamala Harris? Yeah, Kamala Harris, let's say she's the one that thanks the young people, the ones that are able to vote for her now. 18 to 24, the new voters. She thinks they're dumb. Don't take my word for it.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
Mind you, this is also the same person that just essentially just took a job offer from a guy she called a racist and a rapist. So you've got the presidential candidate that I really and truly don't think he's going to make a full term. I don't think he's going to last the full 4 years. So what's going to happen is when he's deemed unfit for his job, Kamala Harris from San Francisco is going to take his spot. The next in line is going to be the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, from San Francisco. See where I'm going there? Now, I don't know if any of y'all have been to San Francisco lately, but it's a mess. I used to want to go there. I used to want to go see the 49ers play. I wanted to go see the Giants play, the Oakland Raiders. Wait. Are the Raiders still in Oakland? But you get my point. Oakland is just right across the bridge. I've been there. I've driven into San Francisco, and quite honestly, I hated it. The place is a mess. I don't want to take my kids there even, because you can go drive down the street, see somebody take a crap on the side of the road, and nothing's going to happen. Their policies over there are just phenomenally wrong. There's been this saying going around, and I know y'all have heard this. Don't California my Texas. Well, guess what? If we get Joe Biden as a president, Texas is going to be California'd. They're going to California our Texas, guys. They're going to California the entire United States. There's a reason why so many people are moving away from California. Now, here's the thing. If you move from California, you also got to remember, don't vote in Texas how you voted in California, because you're trying to get away from California. So don't California my Texas. I know of one guy personally that had a house in San Francisco. 2-bedroom house. Nothing fancy by our terms over here. He sold it over there for about $350,000. Nothing fancy about that house at all. The guy bought a house here in Texas. And when I was talking to him, he couldn't wait to get out of California. He absolutely hated it there. But he bought a house here in Texas for $325,000 because the dude had $25,000 left over. Something like a 5-bedroom, 2-story house on a lakefront with 20 acres worth of land. I don't know the exact amount of land, but still, you get the point. And he was saying that just in the process of buying and selling the house between the two spots, he could tell right away there was a huge difference in the governing of both states. Being in the car business, I'm not even going to get into all the taxes they got to pay on the cars in California. Tire taxes, you got to pay the gas over there alone. It's way more expensive than it is here, like dollars more per gallon than it is over here. And that is California politics. I'm not going to get into all that prosecuting thing because I can go open up a whole new can of worms about how she had over 1,000 cases dismissed because she knowingly defended a person in her own laboratory that she knew was tampering with evidence. How many people are in jail now because their evidence was tampered? Either way, so what I'm saying, guys, is really, 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 really think about who you're going to vote. Think about how you want Texas and the United States to be. Don't vote just because they're Democrat. Don't vote just because she's a woman. Don't vote just because she's a black woman. If you like her policies, great. Vote for her. Exercise your right to vote. A good friend of mine, in fact, we were just talking about this little topic on one of my comment streams. He says something to me. In fact, I owe him a cigar over this. He says something to me that has stuck with me ever since. Vote policy, not party. If you align yourself with the Democrat Party and you want to see Texas turn into California, go ahead. More power to you. Vote for Joe Biden. If you align yourself with the Democratic Party and absolutely hate Trump and don't want to vote for Trump, you don't have to vote for Joe Biden. There's other candidates out there. There's Jo Jorgensen out there. She's the libertarian candidate. She's kind of down the middle, actually. She's a little bit of a moderate. She is a little libertarian as well. She believes in very, very, very little government. I can't say that she's totally wrong with that because there's some aspects of that I agree with. You know me, I'm generally a conservative guy. Not going to lie. But there are some policies that I believe that could go both ways that I agree with. For example, Kamala Harris. She used a policy that I'd actually put out there. I put it out there first and then I got a cease and desist. But you know, that's still my policy first. I came up with it first. Reminder about the cups, guys. So yeah, she gave me a cease and desist. But the point is, her and I had something. She presented something whenever she was campaigning for president that I put out there. I agree with. That's credit reform. Credit reporting reform, to be specific. I think the 7 years is too long. People aren't on probation for huge crimes for that long. Maybe make it down to 4 or 5 years. I personally think as well that if a company checks your credit to see if you qualify for their service, they should also report your credit as well. For example, apartment complexes. They will check your credit. They will give you a hit on your credit score just to see if you qualify to live there. A basic need of life is having a roof over your head, and they're going to check your credit over that. They will not report you if you pay your rent on time every month. Why not? That's unfair. Because they will report you if you skip out. They will report you as bad credit. That's going to be on your record for 7 years. So electric companies are the same way. They will charge you a huge deposit, $400 or $500 deposit, just to have lights on. based off of your credit. They will not report all of your on-time payments, but they will report if you're late, if you don't pay, or if you change companies and leave them with a high bill because you're not satisfied with them. You try to call to get the bill lowered. You try to call to get a different plan. And so you decide to switch. They'll report you for that. That's going to stick on you for 7 years. And I know this, again, back to the car business. I've seen this time and time and time again. I've pulled credit apps where at the bottom where it shows you all your inquiries. I've seen apartment complex A, apartment complex B, electricity, cable. But they don't report good credit. Why? That's something that her and I do agree on. I do think there does need to be some reform on that because it is unfair right now. Your FICO is supposed to be fair. It's not very fair. So either way, guys, this is going to be a big election going on. There's going to be a lot of debating going on. I personally, I don't think Joe Biden is going to be able to stand the debates, but I also don't think that the media is going to make it that way either. That's a whole other video. That's a whole other topic. There's also something else that just happened, and I just saw it right before I hit record. Back to the Don't California My Texas. Austin, Texas. I love Austin. Been there quite a few times. Want to go back. They just chose to defund the police by $150 million. Guys, we need to wake up. There's government entities out there making our decisions for us without our knowledge, without our support. They're taking a bit of hype and running with it. Because this is an election year. They do want to get those votes out there. This loud few are getting more recognized than the quiet majority. Now, no, you and I, guys, we make some noise sometimes. I make some noise. Because I stand up. I'm not afraid to say what I believe. I will stand up for what I want, what you want. As long as it's with what I want, as long as it's something that I believe in, I will stand up for you. I cannot stand up for people defunding the police. I absolutely refuse to. I think it is the dumbest thing out there. Now, you talk all of this racial injustice, police brutality, stuff like that. Okay, fine. I understand. That is a cause. I understand that. And I stand with you on that. If there are police out there that are being stupid, that are being abusive to citizens, by all means, let's get them out. The vast majority, though, these guys are putting their lives on the line for us, guys. They're like our military, but here. They wake up in the morning, they put on their boots, they put on their belts, they put on their pants, not in that order, but they go out to battle. They don't know if the guy that they're pulling over for speeding is going to just sign the ticket and drive away, or if that guy's going to have a gun on them. They don't know that. There is no regular traffic stop anymore. There isn't. So defunding them is really, really, really stupid. It's dangerous. You're going to have police start walking out. There's been a record number of retirements filed. I've even heard of police wanting to strike the police union. What's up with that? You're not even standing up for your own police guys. You're not. In fact, the police unions are siding with the party that wants to defund the police. Do the rest of the guys that are in your union even agree with that? Is that something that they want, or is that just something that you want for a political cause? I don't know the people in the police union, but I do know plenty of policemen. They're all great guys. The guys that I know, I love them to death. I'd take a bullet for them just like I know they'd take a bullet for me. Guys, again, thank you for listening to me. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff that you like to do. Please get the word out. Let me know what you're thinking. Hey, don't forget, before I go, got to put a plug in. 2022, I am running for Congress in Texas. As soon as the census is done and with and over with, and all the district lines are drawn, I'll know for sure what district I'm running in, but it's going to be somewhere in the Houston area. I can say that. Go to www.aaforcongress.com. Look at how you can help. If you want to contribute, I've got an easy way to do that. You can go to my website to do that. You can even text the word AA22 to the number 22525. Again, AA22, like Andrew Alvarez 22, to the number 22525, and you can donate that way. Guys, I'm getting this campaign going. If I had to do it all by myself, I can. I don't think I have a chance to stand up for our voices, but I'm still going to make something happen. Hell, I've got presidential candidates, well, now vice presidential candidates with their eyes on me. I've got other people here in Houston that have their eyes on me. And the reason why I know that I'm making some noise here is because I've already got some people saying that since I'm a Trump supporter, they're going to do everything to make sure that I'm not elected. So, you know you're doing good. You know you're making noise when you have haters. It's really what it amounts to. So, again, guys, go show me some love. I could use your help. I could use all the help I can get. I'm trying to do this not only for me, but for you as well. Whether you live in the Houston area, in Victoria, in Chicago even, I know that no matter what I do, it's going to have national ramifications. And yes, I'm going to be running on the Republican side, more than likely. But you guys know me. I'm kind of on the modern on a lot of points. I like to say I'm fiscally conservative, but socially moderate. It's because there's a lot of things that a liberal guy would think is okay that I think is okay. There's a lot of things that conservative guys think is okay that I think is okay as well. So hit me up on my website, aaforcongress.com. Text AA22 to the number 22525 to hook me up with little funds here, guys. Hey, again, my name is Andrew Alvarez. I love every one of y'all. Y'all have a good day.